Solving a system of equations. Method number 2, the elimination method. Okay, as I look at this one, when I'm thinking about the elimination method, I'm looking for common multiples, so it makes it really pretty easy. So I'm sneaking right now and I'm looking at the y's, and I noticed that if I multiply 2 times the top equation, my y values will have the same coefficient but opposite signs. Now, I suggest, I think it's easier to have them opposite signs so we can add later. You could have them have the same signs and subtract later, but I would suggest getting them the opposite signs. So I'm going to take this first one and I'm going to multiply it by 2. If I multiply that whole thing by 2, I get a 10x minus 6y equals a negative 6. And the second one, I'm just going to take it exactly the way it is. 2x plus 6y equals 0. Now, if I choose to add, I'm going to get 12x, and notice my y's, a negative 6y plus 6y ends up being the big goose egg, it's gone, equaling a negative 6. I then find, by dividing both sides by 12, I get a negative 6/12, or a negative 1/2. That's my x value. I'm still searching for my y. But now if I sneak back to my equation, if I take this value and throw it into one of the equations, it shouldn't matter which one. I'm going to take the bottom one because that looks conveniently nice for me. If I take 2 times a negative 1/2 plus 6y equals 0 and solve that, I get a negative 1 plus 6y equals 0. And if I subtract 1 to the other side, or add 1, to the other side, I get 6y equals 1, so that means y equals 1/6. Okay, so that's going to be my equation. That's where they are going to intersect. The points of intersection of these two lines is going to be at negative 1/2 and 1/6. Now I can double check this. I can sneak this back into this other equation as well. I think that'd be a good idea. 5 times a negative 1/2 would be negative 5/2, or negative 2.5. Minus 3 times 1/6, well, that's 1/2. So negative 2.5 minus another half ends up being a negative 3. Booyah! That point works for both equations. We've solved the system of equations.